Today we're gonna talk about sparring. What is sparring and the most common questions the students asked us. I am Hong Ling for sixdragonskungfu.com. What is sparring? It is the study of combat in training. It is a group study with no winners, no losers, no desire to win, with friendship and respect. Without it, you cannot learn to fight. Remember this. How to win the fear of sparring? You simply have to start slowly. Find partners at your level or below. With the time, you will know how to behave, and you will be able to face stronger and stronger opponents. How to find a sparring partner? You simply have to go to a gym where there are combat sports, and you have to ask them if they want a friendly confrontation with you. A lot of other alternatives are in the link below. What is the best alternative to sparring? Sorry man, there are no alternatives. Sparring is the best simulation of a real combat. It is not a real combat, but it is the best simulation of it. In our school we have the fundamental technical exercises that are perfect to prepare you to sparring, but they cannot substitute it if you want to learn to fight. How can sparring prepare you for a real fight? It is very simple. It teaches you that you can be beaten. You learn body dynamics, combat dynamics. You learn timing, spacing. There are plenty of things that are totally not accessible if you do not play with sparring. What is the difference between sparring and fighting in a sport competition? The difference is that in sparring, sometimes there are protections, there are more limitations, there are no winners, no losers. There is no real intention to beat you, to hurt you. What is the difference between sparring and a self-defense, a real self-defense situation? The difference is incredibly big. You have to know that on the street there are no rules, there are no limitations, space, time, everything is allowed. You risk your life, you risk to exceed the limits that the law imposes you in terms of self-defense. On the street, any type of combat must be strictly avoided. What can you learn from sparring that you cannot learn elsewhere? It is very simple. As we said, combat dynamics, body dynamics, mental dynamics, tactical instinct, spacing, timing, pain tolerance, mental stress management. How much sparring is needed to become a good fighter? The answer is it depends on your goals. If you simply want to learn martial arts for wellness, to have health, you can even totally avoid sparring, but you must understand that you will never learn how to fight. If instead you want to practice for self-defense, you have to fight in sparring from every 2 weeks to monthly. If you want sport competitions, you have to practice sparring at least every week, but better if almost every day. Say this, you have to balance your preparation level, your opponent, and how hard you will fight, the strength that you can apply during a sparring match. In sparring, how hard you are supposed to fight to gain results? The answer is you do not have to build fear. You must make sparring something you like, you love, you want, you constantly want to practice. With this in mind, you have to know that all the opponent's levels are good. All the levels of intensity are good. You have to balance them in relation to your preparation, to your body conditioning, and so on. In terms of combat dynamics, you have to focus on speed instead of power. You have to work on tactics instead of aggressivity. You have to work on effort instead of economization of the forces, and so on. I am Hong Ling. See you in the next video and on sixdragonskungfu.com.